This is the Remote Work-Life Business Spotlight, where I highlight top remote business innovators and share personal and career development tips to help you navigate the world of remote work. I'm your host, Alex Wilson-Campbell. I help remote work managers, professionals and freelancers overcome isolation and uncertainty in their life to get hired and fulfill their career goals. Today on the Remote Work-Life Business Spotlight, I am looking at Clevertech. You can find them at clevertech.biz. And Clevertech, when you go to their website, it's very interactive, shall we say? Well, I don't know, but it's very visual. It does, I guess, draws you in. Lots of animation going on, taking up lots of capacity on my computer. Hopefully you can't hear my computer working overtime, but Clevertech, clevertech.biz. And what they say is, tech at the speed of ideas. We build software solutions that create new industry standards. So, software solutions company. Let's see here, Clevertech. This is Clevertech. So they say, change the game. Here they say, there's no off-the-shelf solution if you're aiming for the impossible. We go above and beyond to create the optimal solution that matches your unique needs. So very much about bespoke here. So they say revolutionary and stable. Revolutionary ideas are in need of rock solid software. So we modernize your core technology and adapt businesses with great potential to digital revolution. Any industry, any challenge. So they work across industries. So they say beyond remote, 6 steps to successful remote teams. I think this is their blog, I believe, on their homepage. So they talk about what they do. They post their blog on the homepage as well. Here is what the press are saying about Clevertech. So I think what the press say about us. Yeah. So they say here, hiring a development team means these people become part of your team at least temporarily, and that's in the Washington Post. But they've also been featured, by the looks of it, in the New York Times, Harvard Business Review, Forbes, Washington Post, the Huffington Post. So they're in the media. So turn your toughest challenges to tangible business impact. But again, what I want to see, there's some interesting bits that I wanted to check here. I think there was a blog I think I mentioned before. Let's click here, because I always like to look at the blog to get a view of the business, who they are. Do they just talk about what they do from a technical standpoint, or do they talk about their team as well and the culture of the business? And they say here, at Clevertech, we build people first, then technology. Since 2000, we've been helping the world's most innovative organizations build incredible game-changing technologies. We hire world-class people and give them the freedom to produce their best work again and again. Our team is made up of parents, travelers, motivated professionals, and people looking to grow in their careers. So this is all good stuff. We communicate primarily via Slack and video calls, and have created a tight-knit community where you feel like you have the world's greatest co-workers at your fingertips. Sounds like they do a bit of work which is asynchronous, but also on video as well. I don't know to what degree they do each one of those, but it sounds good to me. The key to success is communication. So they're about communication. While managing a remote team, the most valuable lesson that I've learned is that my project's success relies on the one thing above all else, which is honest, consistent, and frequent communication. These 3 principles help to build trust, maintain relationships, set expectations, clear blockers, and organize priorities. And by the way, whoops, what's happened? I clicked away from the blog, I think. Whoops, let me go back to the blog. And incidentally, if you want to see what I can see when I'm reading this, you'll be able to see the link to my YouTube channel in the show notes. You can see what I can see. But essentially, the person who wrote this blog, Chad Furman, and Chad is part of the Clevertech team. He says Chad loves working remotely because it's allowed him to continue to grow in his career without having to go into a traditional office every day. Chad's going to take us through 6 lessons he's learned along the way to help him find success. So let's see. And Chad is one of the tech leads at Clevertech, by the way. So it's good they're putting one of their employees front and center, who talks about his life as a remote worker, why he decided to work in a remote team, why he decided to work for Clevertech. And as I said, you must dig deep when it comes to doing your research, whether you're looking to work for a company as a contractor, freelancer, or you're looking to work for the team as an employee, because you can begin to get clues by looking at their website, if the information's there, of course, about them. But then, of course, this is just what qualifies them. What you need to then do is understand, by asking questions of them, either on informational calls or during an interview, you need to understand and get evidence of those qualifications, so to speak. So you qualify them by looking at the evidence that's written down, but then you ask questions to get that evidence that you need to make your decision. Okay, so let's have a look. I mean, I've talked a bit about the services. I'm looking at the job list now. So they say remote jobs at Clevertech, and they hire across different technical areas. I'm not going to read every single one, but they have a tech team, obviously. They've got a management team, they've got an SEO team, they've got a product team, they've got a recruitment team, they've got a business team. So do any of those, they've got a QA team as well. They've got an AWS team. So if you fit into any of those categories, you probably should look at clevertech.biz. I'm not going to read out the roles that they're hiring for at the moment, but what I would say is have a look for yourself to see what they're hiring at that particular time. So have a look at clevertech.biz. That's it for today's episode of the Remote Work Life podcast. Click the link in the show notes below to access a free list of 100 remote businesses that hire regularly. And if you're feeling stuck or uncertain on issues of career or personal development, head on over to www.remoteworklife.io, where you can watch exclusive on-demand video featuring real-world remote work leaders and future of work experts on key remote work topics, including how to get clarity on your career direction, how to thrive while working remotely, how to network effectively and stay connected, and how to tend to your personal and career development needs. Go to remoteworklife.io now, and remember to connect with me, your host, Alex Wilson Campbell, on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook.